In 2017, a group of 79 Hmong from outside China came to a town in southwest China's Yunnan province, 80 kilometers away from the border of China and Vietnam. This group is headed by Steve Lee, mayor of Elk Grove, California, and the majority members of this group came from the U.S. During their visit, a ceremonial activity was held, and a monument inscribed with Paj Tawg Lag was erected.
Hello, I'm Yan Yan. I'm in Wenshan City, Yunnan province, near the border of China and Vietnam. This place is also called Paj Tawg Lag. It's a very important place for Miao people. And today, let's get to know Paj Tawg Lag.
Hmong is a subgroup of the Miao ethnicity in China. Around the 17th century, Hmong started emigrating to Vietnam from China and then to Laos. In the 20th century, due to certain political reasons, some Hmong moved to the US and other Western countries from Laos. Today, there are about 300,000 Hmong living in the US. On one hand, they integrated into local life and even politics. On the other hand, they still celebrate their own cultural heritage. Just like this viewer, although coming from Laos, some American Hmong still remember their Chinese roots. Hmong people have a tradition to read the scripture in the funeral, telling the dead the way to return to ancestral place. Paj Tawg Lag is recorded in the scripture of some of the American Hmong. Many Hmong from overseas came to China to look for Paj Tawg Lag. Although it's an ancient Hmong name, researchers successfully identified its location.
The monument of Paj Tawg Lag is located in the Miao village named Old Town Miao Village. But Paj Tawg Lag is definitely more than this Miao village. I'll first walk you around this village and then I'll tell you what Paj Tawg Lag really is.
Around 6 centuries ago, some Hmong families came here and settled down in the mountains. A Hmong village started to form. Although its name is Old Town, there was never an actual town here. There was probably a brigade stationed here during the 16th to 17th century, which was the Ming Dynasty in China. According to the locals, ruins of batteries could still be found in the mountains. After the brigade withdrew, the Hmong moved down from the mountains to reclaim the land in the valley. The monument is located in the innermost of the village at the foot of the mountain. On the front side of the monument, there are 3 versions of scripts. They all mean Paj Tawg Lag. One is in Chinese, which is translated from the Hmong dialect. The rest 2 are both Hmong scripts. Hmong lost their ancient script during their long migration. A script was created for them in China, and another version of script was created outside China. On the other side of the monument is the map of the migration of the Hmong people. About 1,000 years ago, Hmong lived in the Circle area, which is in South Sichuan province. Today, there are still millions of Hmong in this area. During the past centuries, due to various wars, some Hmong left their home and migrated to West Guizhou province. Some continued their journey and came to Paj Tawg Lag. Paj Tawg Lag is not just the small Hmong village. It actually refers to a much bigger area. To demonstrate that, I'll take you to walk on the road that goes out of the mountain. Down in the valley is Wenshan City. In 1667, the Qing court established Kaihua Fu, which was the prefecture on the border of Yunnan province and Vietnam. They built a town in this valley as the political and economic center of the Kaihua prefecture. However, Hmong people mistakenly took Kaihua as Kaihua. The only difference between the two words are the tones of the second character. Kaihua, the fourth tone. Kaihua, the first tone. I'm sure most of you can't even tell the difference. Kaihua means blooming. Therefore, in their dialect, Hmong people called Kaihua town Paj Tawg Lag, the flower blooming town. During the Qing dynasty, due to wars and due to suppression from the Manchu-led Qing government, many Hmong left the Kaihua prefecture for Vietnam. Paj Tawg Lag was recorded in their scripture. It's where their soul is supposed to return. The Kaihua prefecture, established in early Qing dynasty, included the southwest part of today's Wenshan Zhuang and Miao Autonomous Prefecture and the adjacent Pingbian Miao Autonomous County, as well as Hekou County. This area has a large Hmong population. It's bordering Vietnam. It's the ancestral home of most Hmong outside China. This is the Paj Tawg Lag in a broader sense. Stay tuned to the videos I filmed at the other two places. I guess the reason the Old Town Hmong village was chosen to erect the monument and to represent the Paj Tawg Lag is because it's closest to the actual Kaihua town. It's more of symbolic meaning. Many Hmong from outside China, especially from the US, come here to trace their roots. But there's really not much that has been preserved in this village. Modern houses replace the traditional Hmong wooden houses. Recently, the local government has noticed the cultural importance of this village, and some changes have made. Murals are painted on the wall along the main street of the village to exhibit Hmong culture. This is the traditional tool to make glutinous rice cake. Buffalo, which is important for farming activities and the cultural symbol of Hmong. Lu Shen, the traditional musical instrument of Hmong and another cultural symbol. Flower Mountain Festival, the biggest Hmong festival of the year. The festival that lasts for 10 days is centered around the long pole. On the day of my visit, the villagers were preparing for this festival. The long trunk had just been erected. Next to the trunk, Kids Fun Fair ground was also set up. As I was leaving, people from other parts of the city were coming to the village for the big party. After I left the village, I went to the other side of this mountain that separates the Hmong village and Wenshan city. There is a big park, and it attracted a lot of locals during the festival. Up in the mountain, there are 3 caves, and that's my destination. In the early 17th century, local people shrined the statue of Buddha in the central cave, and this place gradually developed into a Buddhism temple. Pavilions were built on the cliff, making it a very interesting architectural complex.
top of the mountain to the west of the old town. Pavilions and the temples were built here as early as the Qing dynasty.
Wenshan is known for the industry of pseudo ginseng, a type of traditional herbal medicine. Other than that, it is a relatively insignificant small city in China, not a famous tourism destination. But I was actually very impressed by the small city. It is clean and everything is in order. The weather was pleasant. It was warm in February, but not too hot.
This is the river that flows through Wenshan city. It's called the Panlong River because it's like a wandering dragon. It's not very wide, but it's an international river. It flows all the way to Vietnam.
The river was also related to how the location of the old Kaihua town was determined. The river bends here, making this like a peninsula. And the old Kaihua town was built here in the 17th century, so that river formed a natural mold of the city. Unfortunately, the old city wall was torn down in the 1960s. Otherwise, it would be very interesting to walk on the city wall and stroll in the old town. Now we can only get a glimpse of it through old photos. After visiting Wenshan, I continued my Hmong culture trip and ventured south to Sapa, Vietnam to visit the Hmong village there. The locals were also celebrating the same festival. I don't know how they call it in Vietnam. In the next video, I'll show you the old Hmong village in Vietnam and compare it with a similar village I visited in China years ago. I'm Yan Yan. Thanks for watching the video. Subscribe to my channel. I'll see you next time in Cat Cat Village in Sapa, Vietnam.